Okay, we'll try another one of these voiceovers. This was a lovely little river down near Pooley Bridge on the way down. We were going down to Oldswater again, and the sun was just beautiful on the water. And I haven't flown over water yet, so I wanted to give it a try over the water. And took off quite a lot of trees behind us there at that point. Took off just behind there and went out into the middle straight away. Quite a low height, obviously. Um, Silly to be nervous, really, because the thing just hovers if you let go of the sticks. So there's no real need to be nervous about it, but you sort of are. The first time I sort of played this back, just blown away by the sort of thing where you wouldn't be able to get this view, without a drone or some other method. You just simply wouldn't be able to get it. I'm about 5-6 foot off the river at that point, so obviously I've just come up a little bit because it was a bit on the low side. So I've come up there to. Can't really remember actually. There is a way of playing these back and seeing all the data. I haven't really got that far yet. There I'm just playing with the camera. There's a kind of weird thing with a drone in the fact that the camera, the idea is obviously the camera holds steady regardless of what the drone is doing and however windy it is. Now I'm just doing a slide to the back towards me. I'm well above the trees now. And just over to the right of me there is like a main road that goes down to Oldswater, and so I'm just sort of hovering there. I'm a little bit scared to send the drone out of my line of sight, but I was determined to have a go here. So I thought, right, we'll go a little way down the river, and although it felt like it was a long way away to me, it obviously isn't. It's just a little way down the river. So I'm going quite slow down the river, trying to turn the camera as I go. And those sort of jerky movements are what you've got to kind of get used to not doing. I kind of stopped there, and the drone had just about gone out of view because there's a little bit of a bend that you can't really see. Now I couldn't see the drone at this point, but the thing was, I suddenly got a warning bleep that the thing was very close to that tree. Probably not as close as it looks. I think it was about 9 feet away from memory. So I just sort of moved the drone round. Don't forget, I can't see the drone at this point, so sort of chickened out really and thought, oh, I've got to bring it back so I can see it again. Turned it right round, and obviously that's the view down the other side. You can just see the cars going past on the road, so I'm aware that you shouldn't really record too much on there. You'll see us, you might not see us actually as this goes past, because I'm bringing it past us. We're just on the left now, roughly in line with where it is now. I think I turn it back towards myself. Obviously, I'm recording this voiceover a few weeks later. You can see the exposure change quite dramatically as you move the camera up and down. You actually move the camera by up and down. Mind is the only movement you've got. You can't do side to side, as far as I know, except by moving the drone round. I mean, whereas you can just hover in place and move the camera up and down. That's why you get those great overhead shots in a lot of drone footage. And I think at this point I'm thinking, right, okay, what do I do next? It's a little bit windy, but not too bad. The view is obviously nicer that way, and you can get. And I thought, oh, I think my idea here is just rolling down the river a little bit. And then I'm thinking, right, okay, you can just see me and Jackie down in the corner there. Now there's a lot of trees around us, and I suddenly thought, oh my goodness. We are quite close to the trees here. I've got to get this thing back in. So anyway, when you point the camera down, if you look right over to the right, you can just see the drone's shadow actually coming down. So I'm bringing it down, bringing it down, bringing it down. Just look how clear that water is. Absolutely gorgeous part of the river here. This is all water that's coming off the fells, of course, round by Oldswater and coming down this river. And I'm not quite as close to the water as I look, but you can see the drone there. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'll bring it in, and I've been catching them in my hand. I've been catching the drone, and I thought I'll probably do the same on this one. And there's a lot of this sort of thing where it's like me just looking at it, and I'm just sort of staring at it, thinking, what do I do here? And I go up a bit, I'm speaking to Jackie and saying I don't think I can get this down. Because it's got detection of colliding with things, it sometimes won't come too close. So I'll bring it in a little bit, and I'm aware that the road is obviously just behind us, and we're actually already too close to the road technically. But I think it's quite a quiet road, so I can probably get away with it. So at this point, I am not recording anything, am I? Okay, turns out I was recording. Still getting the hang of this voiceover thing, so please forgive me. Any sort of strange things. Now, what's going on at the moment is I'm trying to land actually, but I can only land in my hand, and that's still quite difficult because the detection is seeing my hand as an obstacle, and it's trying to go back up and keep away from me. So I think in a moment I have this idea that I will fly the drone back towards me, nearer to the road and nearer to the car. And obviously that can only end well. And nothing terrible happens, but I do in a moment clip a tree. Now I'm sorry, this bit is obviously quite a boring section because I don't quite remember what I'm doing. I think I'm just kind of, I'm not sure actually what I'm doing at this point. I'm just kind of working it out and trying to turn off the collision thing because it won't come down. Oh right, so now I've gone back and I've thought, right, I need to get out of these trees, so I will just sort of bring it through. All fine, no problem at all. And by now I've turned off the collision thing, I think. I'm just checking the road there. You saw me check the road. I did look incredibly dumb when I'm flying this. The concentration level is all too high for me. And I'm thinking, right, okay, I need to drop this down. I can get this down now onto the floor. And then I suddenly think, if I hit return to home now, it's going to go back to where we took off at the beginning of this, which is on the thing. So I set the return to home to the current position of the remote control. And I make a bit of a mistake here. I set return to home. If you watch very carefully, it goes back up to its minimum height. If you blinked, you missed it, but it catches a tiny bit of the tree. And what it's doing now is it's going up to its 30-meter return to home setting, which is a sort of a safe setting to set. Probably a bit high actually. That doesn't look like 30 meters, 100 foot. Yeah, it probably is. But you set that to avoid it trying to come home to where you last had it and going through a clump of trees. So by now I've realised that this is not a great plan because it's now going to come back down and hit the same tree. So I've took back over control and I'm just having a little think now and thinking, oh my God, I'm near the road, there's coaches going past. So essentially I'm just moving it now so I don't hit the tree, the same tree I hit on the way up. So I'm pretty close to the trees, but not as close as I was on the way up. Luckily, a couple of people have commented on this, the vegetation up in the Lake District is nowhere near as advanced as it is down south. And so there weren't that many trees on there, and it's done no damage, a little bit of a scratch on the propeller, and that's it really. And then I finally managed to manoeuvre it bit by bit and get it down under my control, and you'll just about maybe see me grab for it in a minute. And I finally managed to get it down and just grab hold of it and get it safely down in my hand, and that's the end of this video. So still a lot to learn clearly, and I'll get there. But I think the bug had started to bite at this point, and really you're only going to want to do this on nice sunny days, I think. And obviously the area helps, where you're filming. That's the end of that one, and we'll come back with some more soon.